to the channel. I'm out here today at Hammocks Beach State Park in North Carolina on Bear Island, trying out the Crua Duo Maxx and Crua Crucoon on this campout. So it's a tent set that I picked up. I bought the Duo Maxx a few months ago, haven't tried it yet. When I got it, when I opened the package, I clipped the bag a little bit with scissors. Should have known better than to open the package with scissors, but I clipped a little bit of the tent bag and got a little bit of the tent. So ahead of this trip I did patch that with some tenacious tape, so it should be fine. It doesn't, it was in the floor of the tent, so it shouldn't be a big problem. Not expecting rain out here, but again, if it did, the tenacious tape should do its job. To go with the Duo Maxx, I've got the Duo reflective sheet. This is a two-sided fly sheet that it has a shiny side and a regular material side. The shiny side, if it's hot out, you'll put it shiny side out. That'll reflect the tent or the heat away from the tent. Shiny side in if you want to keep the warmth inside the tent. I've got the Crucoon, which is I picked up earlier this year as well as part of a crowdsourcing and campaign that Crua did through Kickstarter. I'm very excited to give this a try. It's much lighter than the Crua Hull, which I have an insulated inner tent that goes inside of the rooftop tent that I have also from Crua. Huge fan. I'll link to the video in the description if you're interested in seeing my review of the Crua Air rooftop tent. So I've got this insulated inner tent out here, as well as it wouldn't be a full Crua camp out if I didn't have the Crua Outdoors self-inflating mat, as well as the Crua mommy sleeping bag. All right, so I'm gonna get this all set up and then take you for a little tour. All right, so we've got it set up. Take a walk around. We've got the Crua Duo Maxx set up with the reflective rain fly on. I've got the rain fly reflective side out, keeping it cooler in the tent. It's about 68-70 degrees Fahrenheit today, so pretty cool. It's going to drop down into the mid 50s tonight, so the insulated inner tent will be nice for that as well. I'll take you around in just a minute and show you that. Some things to point out. As you saw in the video, it was super windy when I was trying to set it up, so having guy lines and stakes that are bright orange turned out to be exceptionally helpful. Some of them are still waiting to pull out a little bit. Crua does make or sell storm stakes. They're really heavy duty stakes for situations such as this where it's a really soft sand. In fact, I own some of those and I left them in the truck, which is back over on the mainland. You have to take a ferry to get out here to Bear Island, so a little bummed that I didn't remember to grab those out of the truck, but we'll make do with the stakes that come with the Duo Maxx. So walk around, got a nice porch vestibule area. We'll climb in a minute. A couple of things that I wanted to show up close here. The rainfly, the reflective rainfly, has cutouts in it specifically for this tent to allow the guy lines to come through. The guy lines actually have a little pocket on them so that when you pack it up, you can tuck the guy line into that. I don't know if that was intentionally made that way or just a happy accident. Also, maybe difficult to see, but again, the vents for this tent have really sturdy stays. I don't know if that's what they're called, but little props to hold the vent open, which is exceptionally nice. All very well made, which is what I like about Crua. So we're gonna head in now. The little porch here, as you can see, I managed to fill it up pretty well with sand, but a nice little area for the sand to gather so you don't get as much inside. The tent has the tent doors, plus the doors also have these zipping screens, which is something I've seen in other Crua tents that I really like, and one of the things I really like about the brand is the integrated screens in the tent window, or the doors there. Alright, so I've got everything set up. I just wanted to run through some details of the Crua items that I'm using today, and why I chose this Crua setup for this particular trip. I made this trip last year to this same park, so it's Bear Island, which is part of Hammock's Beach State Park. When I camped here last year, it was windy like it is today. You saw me when I was trying to set up the tent. The tent had pretty much flew away on me. It was not quite as windy when I was here last time, and I was in a standard kind of hexagonal backpacking tent that has the inner bug mesh fly and the hexagonal porch on both sides, and the wind made it really difficult to sleep because of the sound. Those vestibules on either side kept catching the wind and just flapping around in the wind. So in searching for a different setup, I landed on the Crua Duo Maxx with the Crucoon, simply because it provides that sound dampening. It's more of a traditional style tent, so you don't have the areas that can catch the wind quite like the other style tent. So wanted to run through some details of each of the components. I made some notes so that I don't lie about anything. So these details are from cruaoutdoors.com, the maker of these various components. I am not affiliated with Crua, just a huge fan of their products. My rooftop tent is made by Crua, as well as the accessories that I have that go with that. So the Crua Hull, which is the insulated inner tent for designed specifically for the Crua Air. I have the Crua Air awning, which is the tarp, as well as anti-condensation mat that goes underneath the mattress to keep moisture from building up under it. So the Crua Crucoon, which is this insulated inner tent that we're in, has windows on two sides, has doors with bug mesh as well on two other sides, and then vents as well at the top to allow air to continue to flow. The tent, the Crucoon itself is water resistant. However, I'm using it inside of another tent just to keep the moisture out. The Crucoon itself weighs 12.4 pounds and it's 3 pounds lighter than the Crua Hull and packs up much smaller. This campsite is on a beach in a state park. In order to get here, you have to take a ferry, and then it's about a mile walk from the ferry to the campsite that I'm at. So it's nice to have something that's not super heavy to carry, but also provide a lot of comfort and allow me to get much better sleep this year than I did last year, hopefully. I purchased the Crucoon through a Kickstarter campaign that Crua was doing when they were redesigning the this insulated inner tent. Very exciting to be part of that kind of innovation process. It did take a while for the items to be manufactured because of supply chain issues that they ran into, but Crua delivered on their promises, and I had that inner tent. After getting the Crucoon, I chose the Duo Maxx, which is the appropriate size Crua tent to go with the Crucoon. The Duo Maxx is a 3-person tent. It weighs about 7.5 pounds and is 6.5 feet by 7.5 feet, wide and tall, or long and wide, and 4.4 feet tall. The Duo Maxx reflective fly sheet, as you saw on the outside, that is 2.1 pounds. The self-inflating mattress is 6 feet long by 19 inches wide and weighs 1.1 pound. The Mummy sleeping bag, it's a synthetic insulation sleeping bag, rated for temps as low as 23, but it's comfortable from 40 to 60 degrees. So all of these items, nothing here is ultralight. I knew coming in, it's only a mile walk, all of it's flat, and it's specifically for this particular camp out that I come on, or if I bring others along when I'm rooftop tent camping, I have a tent I can offer for them to use. So nice size, comfortable weight to carry if I'm not going, you know, miles or hiking, you know, different terrain. I continue to be very impressed with the materials of all the products that I've bought from Crua. Very well made, very well thought out products. There are always well made fasteners, well-made zippers, high quality material used to make the tents and the inner tents, but they are focused on making comfortable sleep in the wild, which is what I'm looking for. So very happy. I'll let you know how in the morning how it went, but I'm hopeful that it'll be much quieter tonight than it was last year, and I'll let you know. Good morning. The tent was as I had hoped. It was perfect. It was very quiet inside the tent. You couldn't hear any of the wind noise outside, which was amazing. But I could still hear the sound of the water, which was incredibly relaxing. I absolutely love this tent. I love the quality of the materials used in it, and the construction, the attention to details, the thoughtfulness that goes into making this tent. So 10 out of 10 on each of the components of my camp setup from Crua. Yeah. Thanks for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. I appreciate your time and you know, going through this adventure with me. Thank you.